Hi, my name is Monica and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I hope you take a chance on getting to know me a little better and the work that I do. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for clicking again on my videos and watching me and supporting me through this journey. Now in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I redid this bench that I got off of Facebook Marketplace for $20. As I was telling you guys, I was able to get this bench off of Facebook Marketplace for $20. Now when I went to pick up the bench, I noticed that it had some paint drips, which the seller did notify me of, but I didn't see it in the pictures. It's really not a big deal. I'm just gonna be able to take my knife and gently scrape them off. When you pick up your own pieces, if you're doing this as a business, or even if you're just picking up a piece for your own house, just make sure that you are reading the post completely and that you are zooming in on the picture so you can see if there are any damages that you might not be able to fix or that you're just not willing to deal with. So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and start prepping our piece for paint. I don't have to do a lot of prep work for this piece because I don't know if you can see it, but most of the finish is pretty much gone. However, I am gonna go ahead and scuff sand the entire piece. I started sanding inside and quickly realized that that was probably not the best idea. Unfortunately, it's been raining a lot here in New York, and I just didn't want to bring my piece outside and risk having to rush inside so my piece doesn't get wet. But fortunately it stopped raining, so I was able to bring the piece outside and finish sanding outside. And by the way, if I sound a little stuffy, I do suffer from really bad allergies, and it's allergy season right now, and so my throat is pretty sore and my sinuses are pretty congested, so I do apologize if I sound a little muffled. Just a quick reminder about sanding. Please make sure that you're always protecting your lungs when you're sanding any of your pieces. And the second thing I wanted to remind you guys, when you're scuff sanding, you are doing it mainly to make sure that your paint adheres to your piece. So please don't be too rough with your pieces, otherwise you're gonna end up leaving marks that will show through your paint. And you can use 120 grit sandpaper to do your scuff sanding. Now next, I'm going to go ahead and clean my piece, and as always I'm going to use my favorite cleaning product, which is Crud Cutter. Every time I use a degreaser like Crud Cutter, I like to have a separate container with water so that I can put my rag back in there and just rinse it as much as I can. You just want to make sure that you're removing all the grime and all the dust from sanding so that your paint can adhere better to your piece. I prefer to sand first and clean later. This way I'm not cleaning twice. But if you want to clean first and sand and then clean again, that's completely fine. I feel like I'm a little more efficient if I'm just cleaning once. for this week's flip, I'm going to be using Jett by Melange. If you guys saw my past two videos, I sprayed once for the video for Mother's Day, and the one before this one, I brushed it on. I really like to see how the paint behaves when I spray it and when I brush it, and I'm pretty happy with it. The color that you see me using for this bench is their black. If you do happen to purchase their paint, especially this black one, it will show like it's navy blue excuse me, like it's navy blue in the jar, but once you apply it, it will definitely go on black. Another thing that I really like about this paint is that it does not need to be watered down. The only reason why you saw me adding water to my brush was because it was completely dry and you want it to be a little moist so that it can glide better on your piece. Let's talk about the numbers for this piece. I paid $20 for it, which is pretty great considering the fact that cane webbing is really hot right now. As a matter of fact, I have two chairs that I need to replace the cane webbing, but because it's on back order, I won't be able to get my hands on them until probably the end of July. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be able to get a pretty good profit on the bench. I'm going to go ahead and list it for $160. I do live in a pretty good area of New York, Upper Westchester County and Lower Putnam County. If I get interest for a few days, but I don't get any real bites for it, then I'll go ahead and start lowering the price. But what you have to think about when you are selling your pieces or you're trying to decide how to price your pieces, just look at your area, look at other comparables, look at how much other people are selling their pieces for, and then make make an educated decision as to whether or not you're going to be able to sell that piece for a fair price. Just remember that this is your work, this is your art, and you don't need everybody to buy your art. You just need that one special customer that will come get your piece from you. In the last video, I introduced you guys to my dog Barry. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to Pancho. He is the dog in the corner. He is a blue heeler, and Pancho is my husband's dog. The one that just appeared, that's Rico. He is my little baby, and he is a rescue. To be honest with you, I don't know what he is. He looks like a Russell Terrier, but we got Rico from Alabama when, I don't know if you guys remember, like 4 years ago. Yeah, it was 4 years ago when they had the hurricane down there. We got him from there. So he is the baby of the house, and he's usually the one attached to my hip. So you'll see him a lot in my videos. This is one of the reasons why I like spraying paint more than I like brushing it on, because as you can see, I gotta do all those spindles with this tiny little brush. So yeah, this is the reason why I like spraying better. But the one advice I can give you when you're painting spindles or round things is to use a round brush. I'm not using a round brush right now. I do have one. Actually, Zebra has a really good round brush if you want to go on their website and purchase their brushes. I will be putting all the links down below in the description box for all the products that I'm using today, so you don't have to worry about remembering any of the names that I'm giving you right now. So I ended up doing 2 full coats of paint on this piece. The coverage was really great. I did miss a few pieces here and there, but I just went back with my artist brush and just did a little touch up here and there. I also did 2 coats of paint for the seat part, but I had to put some tape around the webbing just to make sure I didn't get any black paint on it. And for those of you who enjoy the slow removal of tape, here's a little treat for you. I hope you enjoy it. This is the bench after 2 coats of paint. Next, I'm going to be taking it outside and I'm going to be top coating it with Varathane polyurethane. If you don't have poly, you can definitely use some wax, and as a matter of fact, I do recommend that if you're painting black furniture for the first time that you use a wax, because applying poly on black paint can be a little tricky. This is it, you guys. This is the last step of the transformation. I allowed the top coat to dry for about 2 hours, and then I went back with an M3 superfine sanding pad just to make sure that my piece was nice and smooth for my client. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to leave me a comment, to give me thumbs up, and to share this video with anybody else who would enjoy seeing content like this. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week and enjoy the final result. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.